W8WKY.
This is KE8VZA, Kilo Echo 8, Victor Zulu Alpha. I am the pre-net controller for tonight's pre-show for the Beacon Net. And I have a NetLogger window up and running. And if anyone would like to get on the list early and get a good seat up front, please call now.
Kilo Delta 2, Hotel Charlie Echo will be in and out. F5 me, 7-3, everybody.
All right, I'll pick it up there. This is KE8VZA returning. I did copy KD2HCE Chris, asking to be in and out. Thanks, Chris. Got you on the log as in and out. You got the F5 stamp there. So thanks, Chris, 73. And next station calling all was Baltimore. If you could please repeat your transmission.
Kilo Charlie 3, Sierra Echo Golf, Greg in Baltimore.
Roger, Roger. I copy that Baltimore station as Kilo Charlie 3, Sierra Echo Golf. Greg, got you on the list. Thanks for repeating. And I added Tom, KA8MNT from the blue screen. I see a few others there I'm going to add here in a sec. If you're not in NetLogger, I don't see you. I probably see you. And make a check. That's fine, too. And early, please call now.
Man, is it that late already? KG4SCK.
This is KE8VZA returning. I copy you there, Mark. KG4SCK. On the list. A few others in addition to KT. Let's see. I also spotted W3EDB, so you're all on the list so far. Anybody else that is out there and would like to get in before the pre-show, we have about 4.5 minutes remaining. Please call now.
Good evening, Dave and HCCC and Greenport. I will be in and out. Everyone have a great evening.
KE8VZA returning. The November 8th station, I didn't get your suffix. I can only guess at what it was. If you could please repeat it phonetically.
Good evening. This is November 8th. Papa, Papa, Papa. Dave in Greenport.
Very good. I copied November 8th. Papa, Papa. I almost had it. I had one of the papas as a tango, and I knew that wasn't quite right there. So, David, did you say you were going to be in and out tonight?
Yes, sir. I'm going to be in and out. Everyone have a good evening.
Okay, David, thanks. Appreciate you checking in. and you're on the list for sure, and I'll mark you in and out. Thank you for your check-in. We have about 3.5 minutes left. If you don't want to wait till the pre-show, where we will have a lot of time for checking in, please call now.
Kilo Foxtrot 8 Golf. Brian and Norton, in and out. Good evening, everyone. KFHG.
All right, I'm going to pick it up there. I did pick up a station from the blue screen, K5RFG. Ryan, you're on the list. And after him, I heard a station, but I didn't copy your call sign or your name. If you could please call back. I did copy KF8G. Brian, I got you on the list in and out. So station that was in between those, if you could please repeat your transmission.
All right, KE8OPY, Kilo Echo 8 Oscar Papa Yankee. It's Dave in Barberton, and I'll be in and out.
Thank you, Dave. I have heard your call sign out there before. Appreciate your check-in. Got you on the list as in and out. Okay, we have about a minute left. I'm going to go ahead and peruse the blue screen here, and anyone else that would like to check in before the pre-show, please call now. All right, we're going to go ahead and take a pause here. We have less than a minute left, and we need to hear the voice of our lovely announcer that will kick off the pre-show. So please stand by.
The Beacon Net, a gathering of hams from around the world, will start on the system in 30 minutes. Come join us.
QST. This is the Beacon Net pre-show, the preliminary festivities. Think of it as the red carpet walk before we are on the W8 WKY repeater on 147 Mark 390, which is a positive offset. I always have to look, I'm sorry. Positive offset, PL tone is 114 Mark 8. This repeater is located in Doylestown, Ohio, and belongs to the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association. So this is our Beacon Net. It's every Sunday night and Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, kicks off at 9:30, and in a sec here, we'll take more check-ins, but first we're going to go through our Mickey Mouse roll call, and I'm going to take a pause for time. KE8VZA returning. My personal here is Eric, Echo Romeo India Charlie, and I will be the pre-show net control station as well as the logger, and I have the main trivia question for tonight. Let's see. We'll go ahead and go down the Mickey Mouse roll call, as we like to call it. And we'll start with our net control station for the beacon net at 10, and that is Nick at Night, KE8QKO. How are you tonight?
KE8BZA, KE8QKO. Hello, Eric. Hello, everyone on the net. I'm doing fine, sir. Just standing by here for the start of that. And I'll keep it short. With that, I'll pass it back to you. KE8QKO.
All right, thank you, Nick. You're sounding good tonight. We'll go on down to the next station on the list, and that is Dustin, the ADPC, who has no responsibilities whatsoever tonight. How you doing, Dustin? And while I have you on the line here, are you going to stick around for the big show?
KE8BZA and BeaconNet pre-show. This is KD80PC. Well, Eric, as you said, we have no responsibilities whatsoever. We're satisfactory. All is well in the world, and we're here for the long haul. So we'll be here for the big show. This is KD80PC. Back over to pre-net control.
Okay, Dustin, very good. Good to hear you, and glad you're hanging around. You're definitely on the list here. And next on the list is KD8SLG, Just Nick. And how you doing tonight, Just Nick? And while I have you here, are you going to hang around tonight?
KE8BZA, this is KD8SLG. Good evening, Eric, all the Beacon Edisons. I'm here. I'd just like to start tonight with 8 or 10 minutes of announcements. Just kidding. KD8SLG with no responsibilities whatsoever. I'll be here all night. Back to you, Eric.
Whoa, you had me going there for a sec. I was like, well, there goes the rest of or a good chunk of the pre-show. Anyway, all right, Just Nick, remember, tomorrow is 6 de Mayo, and that is the aftermath of whatever happened on Cinco de Mayo. So hopefully 6 de Mayo will treat you well. Next on the list here, I went ahead and put him in here, Mike, KE8QWE, who has been a long-standing member of the BeaconNet crew, and I'm just going to shout out to Mike. I don't know if he's going to be here tonight or not. KE8QWE, are you out? Okay, hearing nothing. We'll move on down to Alan. I don't think he's going to be here yet. He's usually on another net that runs right up to our net start time, and sometimes a little over. But have no fear. KI5DAY. Alan, are you out there yet? Okay, hearing nothing. Fear not. I'm sure he will show up when it comes time for the show. Okay, let me read off who I have on the list so far, and we'll go with KD2HCE Chris. He has to be marked in and out. I have KA8MNT Tom, KC3SEG Greg, K5CFY Ray. In our customary 10th slot, we have KG4SCK, Mark in the middle, KE8YUG Josh, KF8ANS Marie, W3ETV Eddie, N8PPP, that's Papa is David. He has to be in and out tonight. Thanks, David. K5RFG. I wonder if I botched that, if it should be K8RFG. Anyway, no, I think that's right. K5RFG. Yes, that's correct. KE8OPY David. KFAG, which is the one I was thinking of. Brian, got you on the list. And I think Brian wanted to be in and out. We'll double check with Brian in a sec. KG4IZV. And AB8MO, I just added from Blue Screen. Okay, before we actually touch base with these stations, we're going to go ahead and open it up for more check-ins now. If you are eagerly awaiting to get on the list, please call now.
KE8BZA in the group. WA8KOC. I'll be in and out this evening, Eric. Have a great net. 73 doll.
Kilo Foxtrot 8 Alpha November Tango KF8 ANT Steve Valerian Eric, I'll be in and out this evening. 7:30.
KF8 AHI Kilo Foxtrot 8 Alpha Hotel India Mike Barberton in and out 73 y'all.
November Tango 8 Delta NT8D Dave in Copley. If you please mark me in and out, I'll be listening on the scanner.
Kilo Echo 8 November Juliet John and Norton in and out.
All right, I'm going to pick it up there. The last station, John in Norton, if you could please repeat your call sign.
Kilo Echo 8 Yankee November Juliet 88 YNJ.
Very good, John, KE8 YNJ. And did you say you were going to be in and out tonight?
Yes.
Thank you, John. Appreciate it. Appreciate the call back. Got you on the list as in and out. Okay, I'm going to read through the last batch of check-ins. We have Fred, WA8KOC. Got you, Fred, on the list, in and out. Thank you for your check-in. I'm sure we will hear you later this week on the Barometer Net. Next on the list, we have KF8ANT, Steve. Thanks, Steve. Got you on the list, in and out, 73. And we got Mike, KF8AHI, also in and out, 73, Mike. Dave, NT8D. We'll hear you tomorrow, I believe, on the Barometer Net, if all goes as planned, right? Unless there's schedule flip-flops, I don't know. We're getting into the summer season, but you are typically there Monday. So thanks, Dave. Appreciate it, 73. And last one I got was John, KE8YNJ. And I'm going to take a quick jump up to KF8G. Brian, I believe you said you were in and out. If you're still out there, if you could confirm that, please.
K5RFG, was that traffic for me?
No, Ryan, I got you. I was looking for Brian with a B, Bravo, sorry, Kilo Foxtrot 8 Golf. If he's still out there, if he could confirm his in and out. I think he said he was in and out. Okay, hearing nothing. I'm like 98% sure he said in and out. So we'll go ahead and mark him in and out. And then we'll go up to the top of the list. We'll work this list. So KD2HCE was in and out. Thanks, Chris. 73. Next on the list is Tom, KA8MNT. How you doing tonight, Tom? And are you going to stick around for the main net?
KE8VZA. This is KA8MNT. Good evening, Eric, and everybody that going to be on the net. Let's see. Yep, I'm going to stick around for a while and make a fool of myself with the trivia answers. So with that, I'll turn everything back over to KE8VZA, KA8MNT.
All right, Tom. Hopefully I won't make too big of a fool of myself with the question I have for tonight. I like it. I think it's a good one. So we'll see how it goes. Got you on the list here, Tom. We'll clear with KA8MNT for now and go down to Greg, KC3SEG, up in over and up in Baltimore there. How you doing, Greg? And are you going to stick around for the main net?
W8WKY.
Good evening to you. Yeah, I'll stick around for the net. I'll definitely stick around. I want to give a shout out to Dustin there. Always good hearing Dustin. Greg from Baltimore here. I'll turn it back over to you, KC3SEG. Back to net.
All right, Greg. Got you on the list here. And yes, we always enjoy Dustin as well. He usually runs the Beacon Net on Wednesdays, as well as some other things. But always a great guy to interact with. And we'll clear with KC3SEG, and we're going to go down and give a shout out to Ray. He may still be on another net. K5CFY, are you out there yet, Ray? Nothing heard, no fear. I'm sure Ray and Alan will stroll in when their net is done. We'll go down to Mark. Mark in the middle, KG4SCK. How you doing tonight, Mark? And is the bed calling you, or are you going to stick around?
Hey, good evening, Eric. On the phone with the XYL right now, and I'm going to hang around, listen to the trivia questions, see if I can give an answer, and then just fade away like an old ham.
Very good, Mark. I've heard that saying somewhere before. Anyway, got you on the list. We'll clear with KG4SCK. Go on down to Josh, KE8YUG. How are you doing tonight, Josh? And are you going to stick around for the big show?
KE8VZA, this is KE8YUG. Sounding good tonight, as always, Eric. Sounding real good, and I enjoyed the red carpet reference. I thought that was funny. All right. Free net control, KE8YUG.
All right, Josh, got you on the list here. Yeah, it just popped in my head. You know, I watched the Country Music Awards a few weeks ago. It was pretty good. And they did a red carpet show, of course. And, you know, get to see everybody strolling in, little quick on-the-spot interviews, and see what everybody's wearing. And I don't know that we want to see what everybody's wearing tonight. That might not be a good thing. Just kind of speaking to my own. I'm just shorts and a T-shirt, you know, nothing fancy. But, hey, it works. Anyway, we'll clear with KE8YUG, and we'll go on down to Marie, KF8ANS. How you doing tonight, Marie? And are you going to stick around for the big show?
K8BVA, this is KF8ANS. Hey, Eric, Marie here. Thanks for the blue screen grab first. I forgot to say in the blue screen. Thanks for the grab. I will be sticking around for tonight. And yes, the red carpet reference was very good. So I'm strolling down the red carpet. This is KF8ANS, and I'll send it back to free net control. K8TVA.
Very good, Marie. Got you on the list here. Glad you're sticking around. Yeah, I'm still having little made-up visuals in my head of the BeaconNet attendees cruising down the red carpet. It's kind of comical. Anyway, we'll clear with KF8ANS, and we'll go down to Eddie, W3ETB. How you doing tonight, Eddie? And are you going to stick around for the big show? W3ETB, this is KE8BZA. Just wondering if you're going to stick around for the big show tonight, Eddie.
AFIJB, man, I did. That was a short time.
This is KE8VZA returning. Didn't hear anything from Eddie. We might have caught him on a run to the fridge, so we will come back to Eddie. I did copy Matt, AF5JB. Are you short time tonight, Matt? And if so, why don't you go ahead and share your comments with the net at this time?
Yeah, I appreciate it. Good evening to everybody on the net. Have a good weekend. I stayed in town. All my friends out of town was doing something else, so I went to the concert at that town, Tulsa, saw Hart and Cheap Trick, and they both sounded really good, and all that, and you got, I got my laundry done and all that, and with the hard rock, I ate dinner there. I was more midnight snack after the show. A nice burger and fries there, and I got with that and head home and have a beer and went to bed. So I had a good weekend. I just kind of take it easy the rest of the day. I'm getting ready for a whole new week. And, I played like one arcade game at the laundry, so that's kind of cool. Other than that, I just want to stop and say hi to everyone, and hope everybody have a good safe week out there. Put some pretty good storms here tomorrow, so it sounds like it's going to be getting interesting, to say the least. But other than that, you can hear one again. You can see we got there. Good night as well. 73. Thanks for having me on. This is AF5JB, Matt. Hey, City of Tulsa, Oklahoma. About to take control. And thanks again, and until next time.
This is KE8VZA returning. Thanks, Matt. Appreciate what you had to share there. You got to see Hart and Cheap Trick in concert. I've seen Cheap Trick twice in the past. I enjoyed both shows that I saw. Fabulous show. I've always wanted to see Hart. It's on my list. They are on my list. So good to hear they're still out there and touring. And dinner at the Hard Rock, can't go wrong there. So storms coming in. I hope Mother Nature is kind to you down there. I guess you guys have had some pretty wild ones here lately. But thanks, Matt. Appreciate it. 73. We'll clear with AF5JB. And let's see, where did we leave off on the list? Ryan. We had, first before that, we had N8 Papa David. He checked in and out. Thanks, David. And then Ryan, K5 RFG. How you doing tonight, Ryan? And are you going to stick around for the big show?
W8WKY.
Kilo 5, Romeo Foxtrot Golf. That's affirmative. I'm going to try and stick around for the net tonight. And hopefully y'all will hear my transmissions. I tried on Wednesday, and apparently it didn't go through. So we'll try again tonight. This is K5 RFG.
Very good, Ryan. Your signal is definitely getting into the repeater tonight very well, and your audio is very good from what I hear on my end here. So thanks for your check-in. Got you on the list. Next we had KE8OPY, David, in and out. KF8G, Brian, also in and out. And that takes me down to Oh, I might have messed this up. I believe it's KQ4IZV. Kilo Quebec 4 India Zulu Victor. And I'll fix it on the list here. How you doing tonight, James? And are you going to stick around for the big show?
This is KQ4IZV. I'm a little under the weather today, but hanging in there. I'm going to try and hang out as long as the medications don't take me out. So, yeah, put me down. I'll turn it back over to you, KQ4IZV.
Sorry to hear you're under the weather there, James. Got you on the list, and if you doze off or flip off the radio and we don't hear from you again, that's okay. We'll keep you on the list, and hope you're feeling better. We'll clear with KQ4IZV for now, and we'll go down to Andy, AB8MO. How you doing, Andy? And are you going to stick around for the big show? AB8MO, this is KE8VZA. Are you out there, Andy? And are you going to stick around for the main show? Okay, nothing heard. I'm sure Andy is going to stick around. We're going to leave him there. And next we have, WA8KOC Fred, who was in and out. Thanks, Fred. 73. Steve, KF8ANT, also in and out. 73, Steve. Mike, KF8AHI, also in and out. Thanks, Mike. NTAD, Dave, also in and out. Thank you, Dave. 73. And John, KE8YNJ, also in and out. Thanks, John. Appreciate it. And next on the list, I grabbed from the blue screen, is Fred, KE8QFT. How you doing tonight, Fred? And are you going to stick around for the big show?
Yes, I will be here, Eric. Thanks for picking me up off the blue screen. At this time, I'd like to say thank you to all the radios out there, because if it weren't for the radios, there wouldn't be a net. Have a drum roll. I'd like to also say thanks to all the people who work behind the scenes to volunteer so much time to keep things like this running, such as yourself, Eric, Dustin, just Nick at night, and everybody else behind the scenes there. KE8QFT. Back to Prenet.
Well, you know, Fred, my radio says thank you very much for the kind words. It likes to be appreciated for the hard work that it does, screaming at very high frequencies out into the ether. Anyway, got you on the list, Fred. Thank you, and we'll clear with KE8QFT now. We have about 5 minutes left before the top of the hour, and are there any other check-ins out there that would like to get on the list? Please call now.
November 8, Romeo Kilo Echo, N8RKE, Larry in North Royalton. I will be in and out, please.
Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Whiskey Echo over in Seville. Yeah, I'm going to be here for the entire show.
Well, yeah, KC8. Fox Queen Victor, I'll be here. It was a good net they had on the Sunday night net that's still going, but talk about music in the 80s. I'll be around for our show now. KSEP QV.
All right, I'm going to pick it up there. Excellent, excellent. We picked up a few more check-ins here. Let's see who we got. Larry, N8RKE from North Royalton. Larry, thanks for your check-in. Got you on the list as in and out. Next on the list, we had Mike, KE8QWE. We already had you up there, Mike. You are definitely on the list. Glad you're here, and good to hear you. You do sound like yourself tonight, which is always a good thing. And then the last check-in I got, and then, in the number 29 slot, is Mark, KC8FQV. Got you on the list, Mark. Mark, are you going to hang around for the big show?
Yeah, I'm going to stay around for the big show. So, yeah, we got to do a refill of the insulin, and I got to bring the things up here. And, yeah, I did an hour or two of laying. That worked out for the legs. I laid on my back. That was about the best way I think that worked. At that time, it worked out. So, we'll be around for the main show. Eric, KCFQV.
All right, Mark, we got you on the list. Let's take a look at the blue screen here. I don't see any recent people joining the blue screen. So that gives us, we still have minutes left yet, maybe a little less. If there are any other stations that would like to check in to the BeaconNet, please call now.
KC8LYG, Kilowatt Charlie 8, Lima Yankee Golf, Rick and Maslin.
KZ5MON, Kilo Charlie 5, Mike Oscar November, San Angelo, Texas, in and out.
Emerald 6.
Okay, let's take it there. Okay, I copied KC8LYG, Richard in Massillon, and KC5MON, Michael in Texas. 3. Richard, KC8LYG, are you going to stick around for the big show?
Yes, sir, I'm going to try. I'm interested in this trivia. KC8LYG.
Very good, Richard. Got you on the list. And then the last check-in was there was a lot of static, and I could not get a copy on what you were transmitting. So if you could please repeat. I thought I might have heard Amarillo, maybe not. So please transmit again.
This is KI5 Oscar Whiskey Alpha, KI5 OWA, Joe from Amarillo, Texas.
W8WKY.
Very good, Joe. I copied KI5OWA. Are you going to stick around for the big show tonight, Joe?
I'll try.
All right, very good, Joe. Thanks. Got you on the list. Okay, now it's time. It's 1 minute past the hour. Oops, I ran over a little bit. That's all right. KE8QKO, Nick at Night. The floor is yours. This is KE8VZA.
Thank you, Eric. Five business on the pre-show, as always. Good evening, and welcome to the BeaconNet. My name is Nick. My call sign is KEQKO, Kilo Echo 8, Quebec, Kilo Oscar, and I will be net control for the evening. The BeaconNet meets every Sunday and Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time here in the WWQI repeater, 147 Mark 390, positive offset with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8, Allstar Node 48496, and Echolink W8WKY-R. This is a directed net, so all traffic must pass through net control. We are linked in with our friends in Oklahoma that do drop in and various other repeaters. So we ask you to key for a couple of seconds before and after you transmit so we hear everything you've got to say. Before we start taking check-ins, is there any emergency or priority traffic? Please call now. All right, nothing heard there. So, anybody who has not already checked into the pre-show that would like to check into the BeaconNet, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location.
K5 OSV, Kilo 5 Oscar Sierra Bravo, Lloyd in Tulsa, no traffic tonight.
All right, let me copy that, see if I copy that correctly. I have K5 SOB, is that correct?
Kilo 5 Oscar Sierra Bravo.
Copy, Kilo 5 Oscar Sierra Bravo. Thank you, sir. All right, are there any additional check-ins to the BeaconNet? Please call now.
Hello, Net Control. This is Kilo Echo 8 Mike Yankee Chris in Amherst on a Sunday, K8MMY.
All right, I have K8MMY. Thank you, sir. Is there anybody else that wants to check into the BeaconNet? Please call now. Okay, nothing heard there. If you were not able to make it, we'll have another round of check-ins in a little bit. But what we're going to do next is we're going to go up and talk to our trivia masters. It sounds like we have Alan with us, so it should be pretty smooth to get both questions right away. Let's start with K8VZ8. Eric, how you doing, sir? And what is our main trivia question this evening?
KE8QKO in the group. This is KE8VZA. Doing well tonight, Nick. Hope everyone else is too. All right, here we go for the main trivia question. What station was Kilo Golf 1 Foxtrot November KG1FN? Your possibilities are A, W1AW Portable Station, B, USS Wisconsin Ship, C, U.S. Navy Station at Fletcher's Ice Cap, White House Ham Station. I'll take a minute here and come back and read them again. KE8VZA returning. Main trivia question. What station was Kilo Golf 1 Foxtrot November? Possible answers are Alpha, Whiskey 1 Alpha Whiskey Portable Station, or Bravo, USS Wisconsin Ship, or Charlie, U.S. Navy Station at Fletcher's Ice Cap, or Delta, White House Ham Station. And with that, we'll turn it back to Net Control. This is KE8VZA.
All right, thank you, Eric. I'm going to take some time to think on that one. I have no idea. Let's go and talk to KI5DAY Alan and get the alternate question ready for us. Alan, take it away.
KI5DAY in the net. And what if I just want to keep the alternate trivia question to myself tonight, huh? How about that? No, I'm just kidding. Howdy there, Mr. Nick at Night. My goodness, you Nicks confused me with the Nickelodeons, the Just Nicks, the Nick at Nights, and the give me a nickel and I'll give you a dime kind of peoples, but all is good. I'm feeling a lot better than I did. I'm just very sleepy after really, really having a lot of sleep deprivation this week, but we'll get past it. I'll come back here with the alternate trivia. All right, here we go. Pay attention, and remember, don't look up the answers on any trivia question, regardless if it's mine or anybody else's. Just not right. Which one of these events or people share something in common with a guillotine execution? I'm going to repeat that question. Which one of these events or people share something in common with a guillotine execution? Was it A, the invention of the very popular French sorbet shaved ice? B, the release of the first Star Wars movie? C, the murder of the Tate family by the followers of Charles Manson? Or D, the Cornwaldo Bean annual family turkey slaughter? KI5DAY, back to you.
All right, thank you, Alan. That's another one to think about. Okay, we have two stations here I want to get to first before I start going down the list, because they mentioned they were going to be short time. At least I know one of them was KQ4IZV. They mentioned he might not be able to stay up for the net, had some medication. So, James, how you doing, sir? And what is your traffic for the Beacon net?
This is KQ4IZV. Not too much has been going on today. Kind of went to bed last night and I woke up this morning feeling like garbage, so I don't know what's going on there. But I'm going to have to take a shot in the dark because I'm totally not with it right now as far as anything goes with the trivia. So I'm going to say Bravo and Alpha. Other than that, just hanging around. Anyway, I can turn it back over because I know you have a long list. And have a good night, guys. 73, KQ4IZV out.
All right, thank you, sir, and hope you feel better. There was another station, I heard it right before I took over, and I forget which check-in it was. I looked at it and it said, make a note of that one, and I didn't. So I'm going to ask for the blue screen here in a minute. But before I do that, I'm going to identify. This is KEQK with a WWQR repeater. We're going to go to check-ins for the Beacon net. So next I'm going to go talk to K8MNT. First we had KC2HCE, Chris was in and out. I'm going to talk to K8MNT Tom and get his comments for the net. Go ahead and take it away, Tom.
KE8QKO. This is K8MNT. Good evening, Nick, and everybody that is here tonight. Well, let's see. On the first trivia, I'm going to go with Charlie. And on the second trivia, I'm going to go with Alpha. So it's Charlie and Alpha. I'm going to say thank goodness today's over because it was definitely wet outside. We got just over an inch of rain this afternoon. That came down in buckets and all at one time. So that's over and done with for today, and we got tomorrow to look forward to. And let's see, for those of you that know about the QCWA, Saturday was our quarterly meeting, and we met at a local establishment here called Michael D's, and we had about 21 people attend, and we listened to a speaker about birding in Cuba and what birds were natural there and all that kind of good stuff. And he had some beautiful photographs. So it was really, really an interesting thing. It wasn't radio related, but it was still a very, very good speech or talk. Okay, let's see. With that, I'm going to turn around because I know you probably have a few more to get to. So with that, I'm going to say 7-3s, everybody. Stay safe, stay healthy, keep smiling. This is Kilo Alpha 8, Mike November Tango, turning everything back over to Kilo Echo 8, Quebec, Kilo, Oscar.
All right, thank you, Tom. Yeah, we got you answered down with Charlie and Alpha, and yeah, we were supposed to get a bunch of rain this weekend, but it really didn't seem to come out to nothing. It actually kind of stinks. We had a fundraiser car wash scheduled for yesterday, and it got canceled because of the forecast, and then nothing. But I got the yard cut, so there was that. Okay, so the station, we have the other short time station I need to get to, and that's going to be, my KG4 SCK. Mark, how you doing, sir? And what do you have for the Beacon tonight?
Hey, good evening, Nick and Knight and everyone on the net. Well, had a good afternoon over at Jim on the front porch, sat and visited with him a while. That was the highlight of my day. Then I came back and cooked about 5 New York strips I had in the freezer and a whole bag of those yellow, what do you call it, Yukon Gold potatoes from Sam's. A huge bag, cooked the whole thing. And a bunch of green beans, corn, and mushrooms. Made a little vegetable melody. Been up vacuum sealing all those meals and washing up the dishes, and I was like, well, might as well just get on the net. So here I am, and wonderful trivia questions. I'm wondering if that call sign's been around the block already. Can't remember. I'm going to go with the Navy ship, USS Wisconsin. Alan, that's a freaky one. Freaky trivia question. Guillotine. I'm going to go with French sorbet shaved ice. So whatever letters those equate to. What is that? Bravo and... Well, you tell me. KG4 SCK. Back to the net. Good night, y'all.
All right. Good night, Mark. Get some rest and enjoy those steaks. So thanks for getting with us there. Next, we're going to go up and talk to K5CFY, Ray. How you doing, Ray? And what do you have for the Beacon Net this evening?
KE8, QKO and the net. This is K5CFY. Good evening, Mr. Nick at Night. Thank you for lighting up the airways. We definitely appreciate it. And the man behind the curtain on the keyboard there, KE8 Victor Zulu Alpha, Mr. Eric, doing a wonderful job. And thank you guys for keeping the Beacon Net going, one of the best nets around. We definitely enjoy checking into it. Let me see, I'm going to guess, since Tom is one of my friends and he's such a smart guy, I'm going to go with Charlie and Alpha. Back to you there, Nick, and thanks again. 73, everybody, take care. K5CFY.
All right, thank you, Ray. Got you down there for Charlie and Alpha. Next, we're going to talk to K8YUG, Josh. How you doing, Josh? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
KE8QKO, this is KE8YUG. Good evening, Nick. Good hearing you and everybody else out there. Good net tonight. Let's see, I'll start with the trivia. For the first one, main trivia, I'm going to go with C, Charlie. And for the alternate trivia, B, Bravo. So C, Charlie, B, Bravo. Yeah, great weekend. Got that stuff ready for the week coming up here. Going to be a slightly busy week, but it should be good. And got myself in a good spot for it. But yeah, I've been working on a couple different computer things as always. I was kind of looking up some Photoshop alternatives, found some nice ones online, and I was starting to get back into old bulletin boards. For some reason, I just started doing that again. I did that not long ago, but now I'm back into it again, so we'll see what I spin up there. And then Yeah, new boot 24 is out, so I'll probably get ready to get a machine going for that. And outside of that, it was a good weekend, like I said. We got to watch the Kentucky Derby and some racing, so it was a good time. Good movies and everything. So yeah, well, everybody have a great night. Enjoy the net, and have a good week coming up. K8YUG, back to net.
All right, thank you, Josh. Sounds like you had a good weekend. You got your answers down there for Charlie and Bravo. Next, let's go down and talk to KF8 ANS. Marie, how you doing, ma'am? And what do you have to Beacon Net tonight?
K8QKO, this is KF8 ANS. Hi, Nick. Good evening. Tonight for the Beacon Net, let's do trivia. I'm going to do C, Charlie for the main, and B, Bravo for the alternate. So, having kind of a lazy weekend here. We did some chores today, so that was good, but just been watching TV today. We saw some Formula 1 racing on the TV. Those cars go super fast, and all the pit stops, all the fast-working people. That was interesting to see. And then we even saw some dirt bike racing, and that was kind of fun. All the hills and stuff. So we got 49 more days till field day. Not that I'm counting, but I'm super excited to try it out. Try to make a few contacts. So we'll probably be watching the 8-antenna TV tonight. We did some scanning and got some new channels. That's kind of cool. So this was a good time on the net. 73 all. This is KF8 ANS, back to net.
All right, thank you, Marie. Sounds like you had a good weekend as well. We got your answers down there for Charlie and Bravo. And it was brought to my attention that I don't know how I did it, but I completely missed that station a little further up on the list here. So let's go talk to KC3, SEG. Greg, how you doing, sir? And what do you have to Beacon Net tonight?
Hey, Nick, good evening to you and everyone else out there on the net. Hello from Baltimore, Maryland. Not going on. I went out and did a POTA activation this evening, and pretty good activation on 40 meters. 20 meters was not that good, but 40 was pretty happening. Just got back from a trip down to Florida. Me and my pup took a road trip down there, and we did some POTA activations along the way, and had some business down in Panama City Beach. And on the way back, we camped, and a couple nights in Florida, tent camping, and a few nights in Alabama. Had a good time. The weather couldn't have been any better. Couldn't have ordered it any better than it was. On that, I want to turn it back over to the net. Oh, my answers is Bravo Charlie, BC, Bravo Charlie for the trivia. And I'm not sure if I'm going to be around for the second round or not. Give me a shout out. If I'm here, I'll answer. If not, I'll sleep. KC3, SCG, back to net.
All right, thank you, Greg. Got your answers down as Bravo and Charlie. Next, we're going to talk to W3ETV Eddie. Oh, actually, before I go to Eddie, I need to identify. This is KEQKO with a WW Claire Peter, going through our list of check-ins to Beacon Net. Now we go down and talk to Eddie, W3ETV. Take it away, sir. Whiskey 3, Echo Tango Bravo. Eddie, are you out there? And you have comments for the Beacon Net?
gone.
All right, looks like we lost Eddie, so maybe he'll be able to get back to us later or something, but I'll see how it goes. The next station was in and out. That was N8 PVP, and we are now down to K5 RFG. Ryan, how you doing, sir? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Hey, Nick. Everybody on the net. I'm going to start off with my trivia answers tonight. They're going to be Charlie and Alpha. Charlie, Alpha. Good questions, by the way. Both of those are complete guesses, but that's what I'm going with. So I tried to get in on Wednesday night, and apparently my radio wasn't working very well, so we'll try it again tonight. Finally recovering from whatever those wonderful Petri dishes that I call children brought home to us. We were talking about Vicks and cough syrup and all that. Yeah, I've been taking all that for the last week. So, but definitely feeling better today. Had a busy night last night for work, so just kind of relaxed today a little bit, hung out with the kids, and watched some hockey. So with that, going to throw it back to Net Control. This is the K5 RFG.
All right, thank you, Ryan. Glad you're on the mend and feeling a little bit better. I guess sorry you had a busy night at work yesterday. I can kind of, I guess that has good and bad to it, but yeah, get some rest and enjoy the time with the family. Next, we have 3 in-out stations. That's K8OPY, KFAG, KQ4IZV. I should not know. We talked to James a little bit ago. And that takes us down to 88MO. Andy. How you doing, Andy? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
K8QKO. Actually here. This is AB8MO, all right. Yeah, I was trying to manage, two nets at the same time. It didn't work. So I'm going to have to just not check into the other one next week. That other one's a daily net anyway, so I don't have to check into it every single day. Trying to work Easter Island on 160. It's not working. They have mentioned on the various DXCC threads that they have been having reception problems. Although they do seem to work Europe pretty regularly, but it's very, very tough to work Easter Island from North America, which makes absolutely no sense as to why Europe is able to work them and North America is not. But my friend Steve down in Niles did work them, but I didn't. And I'm not getting through. They're calling CQ, and they got about 20 people calling them, and they're not hearing any of them. And I'm one of them. So anyway, there's your daily sob story. Let's see here. Trivium, which more people care about probably. I'm gonna stick with the ice theme here for the first Trivium. I can find it. Something to do with ice. Where is it? You guys keep blowing up the blue screen here, and I can't find the trivia question. I don't know. Whatever one to do with an ice station. Give me that one. I can't find it. And for Allen's, I'm going to go with the French sorbet shaved ice. So that would be answer A. All righty. Knock him out there, Sir Nicholas Dick at Night. This is AB in the boat.
All right, thank you, Ella, or thank you, Andy. Sorry, I was words were thinking. All right, we got transfers down as Charlie and Alpha, and yeah, good luck with trying to get into multiple nets. I think there's some people on the net that does that, so maybe they can offer advice on that if you want to ask them. Okay, our next 5 stations here, if I'm counting right, are in and out. WA8KOC, that's KF8ANT, KF8AHI, NC8D, and KE8YNG. And that takes us down to KE8QFT, Uncle Fred. How you doing, sir? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Hello, everybody. Eric, everybody, Nick, just Nick, all the Nicks, just in the nick of time. What do I have? Oh, yeah. Cavaliers won their playoff game and they advanced to play the Boston Celtics. The Guardians won today. They're going on a trip tomorrow to Wright-Patterson Air Base in Dayton, home of the Air Force Museum. Saw most of it last year, but didn't get to see the whole thing. It's kind of big. Lee was having problems walking, and what impressed me about the Air Force Base is I retired a long time ago from the Army, but the youth there, how young these people are, and golly, it's just incredible the responsibilities that I've seen a lot of officers down there, talk to a few of them, and man, if somebody wants experience and wants to get a lot of responsibility at a young age, I mean, commanding a company, I don't know, a company in the Army is about 200 people. I don't know how many people are in an Army wing. Golly, that's just one thing that impressed me, just how young these people are. Oh, that's about it for now. Oh, the trivia will be C for main and A for alternate. KE8QFT, back to net control.
All right, thank you, Fred. Down there for Charlie and Alpha. And don't forget, you were one of those young people at one point in time, and there was probably somebody else looking at you going, wow, I can't believe the responsibility that this young man might have, or these young men and women might have. So, maybe that's worth mentioning as well. Okay, we have two more in-and-out stations. That's AF5JB and N8RKE. And then we're going to go down to the next station. Before I call them, I'm going to identify. This is KE8QK with a WWKY repeater. Going to listen check into the Beacon Net. Next, we're going to talk to KC8FQV Mark. How you doing, Mark? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Alright, KCFQV here. Well, on the trivia, we're going to do this. Look at it so I know what's happening. On the trivia, I'm going to say the alternative is A and the main is C. So that's what we're going to do there. Everything else went good today. Can't complain. Just another day. But I had a good sleep for a couple hours this evening, so I'm glad I did that. So that worked out. So other than that, Dayton's in a couple weeks, and just everything's going good as far as tomorrow. The doctor and see what he says. We'll see what he wants me to do or how to do this leg. So we'll send it back to the net, KCFQV.
All right, thank you, Mark. Got your answers down there for Charlie and Alpha. And hey, do me a favor, please. Turn off your TV or radio in the background when you transmit. Can you come back and confirm that? Kilo Charlie 8. Foxtrot Quebec Victor, KC8 FQV. Can you please confirm that you will please turn off your TV or radio in the background when you check in the net? All right, nothing parts there. Let's go out and talk to KC8 LYG. Richard, how you doing, sir? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Good evening, everyone. Not much going on this evening. I know we got a bunch of rain today. Filled the pool up, which is a good thing. The sun taketh and the rain giveth back. But didn't get a lot done today between dodging the rain. The sun did come out for a little bit around here. Other than that, I don't have much for the net. As far as trivia questions, the first question I'm going to say Delta and the second Alpha on that. And I will pass it back to you and say 73s and good evening to all.
All right, thank you, Richard. We got you down there for Delta and Alpha. Thanks for checking in with us there. Next station was In and Out, and that was KC5MON. And then we're now down to KI5OWA Joe. How you doing, Joe? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Yes, this is my first night, first one on this net. I'm going to go with Bravo Charlie. Tricky question. And the day I did was get up, go to church, and I'm going to sleep the rest of the day off since I'm an overnight worker. You can start my shift here in a little bit, so that's what my day is. So back to y'all. KI5 OWA.
All right, thank you, Joe. We got you down there for Bravo and Charlie. Thanks for checking in with us there, and come back anytime. We meet every Sunday and Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, with a pre-check at 9:30 Eastern Time. Okay, next station here was K6KJV. Kevin, how you doing, Kevin? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Well, hello, Nick at Night and crew and the rest of everybody else on the net and all around the world. This is K6KJV, Kevin in Valley Springs, California. And I don't have too much for the net tonight. It's just been a nice, easy, relaxing day. Did a little bit of Bible study today and a little bit of radio, and now I'm talking to you. And with that, I'm going to take and give my answers as double D's, Delta Delta. That seems kind of appropriate for these the day and times that we're in right now. So with that, I'm going to say God bless, 73, and K6KJV's passing the mic back to you, Nick. It's all yours.
All right, thank you, Kevin. Got the answers down for Delta and Delta from you. All right, our next station was KI5 RFI Mac. How you doing, Mac? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Well, good evening, Nick, and everybody on the net. Greetings from Northwest Arkansas. It's been a very rainy weekend here in Northwest Arkansas. We finally managed to get a couple baseball games in late yesterday afternoon before the rain hit again, and then it's been raining pretty much all day here. So we need the rain, but it was a good day for napping. That was about it today. My trivia question answers are going to be Charlie and Alpha, And with that, back to net control.
All right, thank you, sir. Got you in there for Charlie and Alpha. Okay, our next station was K5 OSB, Lloyd, who is in and out, and that's going to take us down to, actually, before we go down past the in and out station there, we are past the pre-checks. So I'm going to do something I like to try to do when I remember, which is go back to our trivia questions, get them read for us again, and then continue on, because it's probably somebody that hopped in late that did not hear the trivia, and they'll hear it now instead of having to get a reread and then get a question back and do that back and forth. So let's go up and talk to KE8VZ8 Eric and get our primary question read for us. Also, Eric, could you post it on the blue screen, please?
KE8QKO in the group. This is KE8VZA. Yes, I'll post the question in the blue screen again, and here it is. Main trivia question. What station was Kilo Golf 1 Trot November? Possibilities are Alpha, Whiskey 1, Alpha Whiskey Portable Station, Bravo, USS Wisconsin Ship, Charlie, U.S. Navy Station at Fletcher's Ice Cap, or Delta, White House Ham Station. This is KE8VZA, back to net control.
All right, thank you, sir. Let's go and talk to KI5DAY Alan and get the alternate question read for us again. Alan, take it away.
KI5DAY in the net. All right, thanks, Nick. I will do. Pay close attention to tonight's alternate trivia question. It's a little tricky. And so far, we've got a bunch of alpha lemmings out there calling alpha. We'll see how that goes for you. Which one of these events or people share something in common with a guillotine execution? I'll repeat that. Which one of these events or people share something in common with a guillotine execution? Is it A, the invention of the very popular French sorbet shaved ice? B, the release of the first Star Wars movie? C, the murder of the Tate family by followers of Charles Manson? Or D, the Cornwaldo Bean annual family turkey slaughter? Yeah, Larry doesn't like that one. But anyways, I'll shoot it back to you, KI5DAY.
All right, thank you, Alan, for another fine trivia question. And this is KEQKO and the WWQR repeater going to the check-ins for the BeaconNet. And our next station is KE8MMY. Chris, how you doing, sir? And what do you have for the BeaconNet tonight? Kilo Echo 8, Mike Yankee. Chris, are you out there? Do you have a comment for the BeaconNet?
W8WKY.
All right, nothing heard from Chris. Perhaps he had to. He was pretty quiet when he was on. Maybe he lost his connection or something. And anyway, next we're going to talk to KI5TAQ. Taco Tim, how you doing, sir? And what do you have for the BeaconNet this evening?
Well, good evening, guys. This is KI5TAQ. First, let me get the trivia question out of the way. Main trivia question, I think I'm going to go with the letter C, U.S. Navy Station at Fletcher's Ice Cap. And for the alternate, well, I think I'm going to go with C as well. And that's possibly about as far as I'm going to go with trivia questions. As far as what's been going on around here, well, all I can say is a nice, comfortable day, nice, comfortable evening, lots of rain. and maybe a Zaner pond, and that's about it. Very shallow. Don't think there's enough water for me to swim in, let alone for a doggy to swim in. But with that said, I'll send it back to Net Control and let you get on down the list. This is KI5TAQ.
All right, thank you, Tim. Guess great minds think alike. You've got down there Charlie and Charlie, and just a little bit ago, as I was hearing the reread of the questions, I made my final decision, and I was like, well, nobody's guessed Charlie and Charlie yet, so put me down as Charlie and Charlie as well, Eric. Thanks for checking with us there, Tim, and have a good night. Next, we're going to talk to KG5 SYC Miss Sandy. How you doing, ma'am? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
This is KG5SYC, and hello, Net. Oh, what are we doing? Not a whole lot. Just sitting back, relaxing, and watching Nick play on his new radio that he got. I got him for his birthday, and he's trying to program it, and thanks to Jairus, he got some stuff straightened out, and we might even look at doing a node here real soon. And that way we can have it for the RV, because Colorado evidently doesn't have any open nodes for GMRS, hardly. So we're going to probably be taunting Jairus again for some help with setting that up as soon as we can get some stuff in. At any rate, other than that, not a whole lot. Just fighting with Nickelodeon and that, the typical stuff husbands and wives do. And that, so, trivia, just put me down for double C, because Cibolo is perfect. This is KG5SYC.
All right, thank you, Sandy. Thanks for checking with us there. And just remember, you're always right. And we got your answers down, Charlie and Charlie. Next, we're going to talk to KF580E, Nickelodeon. How you doing, sir? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Good evening, all. This is KF580E, Nickelodeon. And, yeah, like Sandy said, let's get the trivia done first, though. Let's do that one. I've lost my lane. Let's just go with, I think the main, yeah, that says main, is I'm going to go with Delta. I'm going to go ahead and change my answer to Delta, because I was looking at that one at the beginning. But I like the fact of the Alpha on the other one. I'm still going to go with the Alpha on Alan's trivia, alternate trivia. Those people are very morbid. You'd have to know them. So at any rate, we've been working with the GRMS radio. I hope I don't get timed out here. Had some real problems because I didn't understand how it functioned, or the radio functioned. And he was able to get me straightened out on quite a few things, so thank you very much for Jairus. And the other fellow that came in there was talking with Jairus. We had a pretty good QSO, nonetheless. So yeah, like Sandy says, we'll be hitting him up perhaps later on for about a node, looking at that. And other than that, we've just been having a good time on the GRMS frequencies. The entire San Antonio area and outside areas, like up to New Braunfels and our area, is completely covered in GRMS repeaters in their coverage, and they're just wonderful. Out of 4 repeaters they have set up, they cover the entire San Antonio area, which, if you guys haven't looked at the map, it's a pretty good-sized area. It's not like Dallas-Fort Worth, but hey, we're no small chicken either around the place either. So with that, I guess if there's anything else, my brain's going to mess up. I'll let it go. KF580, back to Net Control.
All right, thank you, Nick. Got your answers down there for Delta and Alpha. Thanks for checking in with us there, sir. And that takes us down to AI5Q Jairus. How you doing, Jairus? And what do you have for the net this evening?
good evening to everybody on the Barometer Net. I am doing very well. Had a committee meeting for Cub Scouts and got to discuss our past camp out we just had, where we rented a smoker and cooked 5 briskets for about 100 people. Had good feedback about that and the programming that we had in place and everything that was going on. Got a plan for this summer ahead of us and all of that. So very good. Playing around in the blue screen, having a little bit of fun, and glad to help out Nickelodeon with his Node ventures as he delves into the world of GMRS nodes and or Allstar nodes. Either one, we can hook them up either way. So you already have my trivia answers, Charlie and then Alpha. I read the questions in reverse order at first, and so I answered in reverse order. I didn't change my answers. I just changed the order they were in to match how the questions were asked. So there you go. That's about it for today. I believe Shannon was the one that was helping me talk to Nickelodeon the other night on the air, so there you go. KC5RBG should be out there somewhere listening in. AI5Q, back to net control.
All right, thank you, Jairus. I want to come on your campouts. And, all right, that's the bottom of my list here. This is K8QKO and the WWKY repeater. We've gone through our list of check-ins to the BeaconNet. We're ready to take some more rounds of check-ins. So anyone out there who has not checked in and would like to check in, please say your call sign phonetically, followed alphabetically, along with your name and location.
Kilo Lima 5 Romeo Echo. KL5RE, this is Edward in Anchorage, Alaska, and I'll be in and out.
Kilo Juliet 4 Bravo Echo Tango. KJ4BET. Ricardo, St. Petersburg, Florida, in and out, 7-3.
Louis, Germany 7, Italy Radio Japan, Atlas, Ball.
All right, a few orderly check-ins there. I have KL5RE Edward in and out. I have KJ4BET Ricardo in and out, and I have, I think you were real quiet, but Kilo Golf 7 India Romeo Juliet. Ryan, I got you in there. Or wait, no, it wasn't Ryan. I think it was Kilo Golf 7 India Romeo Juliet, I believe. Can you come back and confirm that call?
Sure, tell us you got the call right. KC7ISA.
All right, copy that, Paul. Got you checked in there. Thanks for checking in. And you're the only one that's not in and out, so go ahead with your comments there, Paul.
Hopped on and found out the radio was on this frequency. So I ran into you. So I had to find you. KC7ISA, I'm in Massillon, Ohio.
All right. Thank you, sir. Did you happen to hear our trivia questions? And do you want to answer them if you have? Or haven't? We can reread them if you want.
No, I just got on.
All right. Would you like to hang around and answer the trivia?
Sure, why not?
All right. Sounds good. Let's go up and talk to K8VZA, Eric, and get the primary question read again. Eric, take it away.
KE8QKO, this is KE8VZA for a reread of the main trivia question. What station was Kilo Golf 1 Foxtrot November? Possibilities are Alpha, Whiskey 1 Alpha Whiskey portable station, or Bravo, U.S. Wisconsin ship, or Charlie, U.S. Navy station at Fletcher's Ice Cap, or Delta, White House Ham Station. KE8VZA back to net control.
All right, thank you. Let's go talk to KF5DAY. Alan, get the alternate question read. Alan, take it away.
KI5DAY. Man, I must have missed something. I definitely have some sleep deprivation because I don't know if you already just read the other trivia question or not, but if somebody was asking for it, I'm more than willing to read it. So here we go. Tonight's alternate trivia question is, which one of these, let me try that again. Which one of these events or people share something in common with a guillotine execution? Again, which one of these events or people share something in common with a guillotine execution? Is it A, the invention of the very popular French sorbet shaved ice? B, the release of the first Star Wars movie? C, the murder of the Tate family by followers of Charles Manson? Or D, the Cornwall Bean annual family turkey slaughter?
All right, thank you, Alan. Let's go and talk to KG7 IRJ. Paul, do you have answers for our trivia this evening?
KG7 IRJ. The first one didn't make sense to me. You broke up a little bit with that. The second one is ice shaving. A.
All right, let's see if we can get Eric to read that one more time for us and see if he can get in without any breaking up at all. Eric, would you mind reading the question again?
KE8QKO in the group. This is KE8VZA. Back with the main trivia question. What station was Kilo Golf 1 Foxtrot November? Your choices are Alpha, Whiskey 1 Alpha Whiskey portable station, or Bravo, USS Wisconsin ship, or Charlie, U.S. Navy station at Fletcher's Ice Cap, or Delta, White House Ham Station. KE8VZA back to net control.
KG7 IRJ, did you catch him that time, sir?
Not exactly, but I think I'll go with C. Charlie.
All right, thank you, sir. Got you on there for Charlie and Alpha. Thanks for checking with us there. If this is your first time, I'm not sure if it is or not. We meet every Sunday and Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time here at the WWQI repeater. So come back anytime. Happy to have you. All right, this is KEQK on the WWQI repeater. I'm going to take one more round of check-ins before we go up and talk to our net control team. So anyone out there that would like to check in with the Beacon Net, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location.
Control, Victor Kilo 2, Delta Yankee, VK2 DY, Robert in Sydney.
All right, Victor, VK2DY. Robert, how you doing, sir? How's life down in Sydney?
Yes, good afternoon. So it's about 1 o'clock here in Sydney, and since Monday afternoon. The sun is shining at the moment. We had a weekend worth of rain, and we've got a week's rain looking forward, but we're getting a little bit of a respite here in between. It's about 20 degrees Celsius, which is 68 Fahrenheit. And like I said, sun is shining. So what more do you want for this late in autumn? We're almost into winter here. Other than that, not a whole lot else to share here. The club, the main national club here, the WIA, had their weekend meeting up in Bundaberg, their annual general meeting, and that went well, I guess. So I hope to hear some information back from that. Let's see. As far as the questions go, I'm going to go. Let's take the ICE answers. So what is that? Charlie and Alpha, I think, are the ICE answers. VK2DY. Back to net.
All right. Thank you, Robert. It's good to hear you out there, and always happy to hear you check in. Glad the weather's holding out for you, and we appreciate it, and happy to hear you. Okay. So, well, that puts me at the bottom of the current list. So I'm going to go up and talk with that control team. I'm going to see how everybody's doing, see how their weekend was. But we are not going to get any trivia answers read, so just get comments without trivia. And we're going to start with K8VZA. Eric, how you doing, sir? And what do you have for us tonight?
KEAQKO in the group. This is KEAVZA. Doing well, Nick. Hope you are too. Hope everyone else is. Good to hear everyone tonight. Not a lot going on here. I was working on a bicycle that was formerly my brother-in-law's, and I was actually cutting some metal off of the tube that the seat post slides into so I could get the seat minimum height down a little lower, because the bike's a little on the big side for me, but it's just barely big. So I got that done, but before I did that, I was trying to figure out whether or not I should do it, and I ended up falling off the bike onto another bike. So that wasn't good, but I survived with just a few scrapes and some, diminished pride, but I got the seat post cut and slotted, and everything worked out there, and took the bike on a little spin. Was pleased with how it ended up. So yeah, it's always funny because my wife and my kids look at me sometimes and they're like, "What are you doing? Should you really be doing that?" And I'm like, "Come on. I fixed a battleship," because I actually did work on the USS Wisconsin when I was in the Navy. I was not part of the crew, but I was part of a maintenance outfit on shore that went on board and did some repairs for them. So it was kind of interesting. Anyway, that's about all I have. This is, I'm going to answer Bravo for the alternate, and I'll put that on the log here. This is KE8VCA, back to net control.
All right. Eric, good to hear you on here. Thanks for doing the pre-show and the trivia and the logging. I really appreciate the logging. You have no idea how much I appreciate that. But next, let's go down and talk to KD8EPC. Dustin, how you doing, sir? And what do you have to begin that tonight?
W8WKY.
All right, nothing here from Dustin there. Let's go and talk to KD8SLG. How you doing, sir?
KE8QKO, this is KD8SLG. Good evening, Nick. All of the Beacon Netizens. That's one of my radios beeping in the background there. I turned the volume down, but the beep still comes through on wires X. Sorry about that. All right, I got that 10 minutes of club announcements to make now, so let me reset this. Just kidding. Okay, I'm going to go double D's tonight on the questions. I'm going to follow Kevin down that way. And, of course, I do have to throw in my contact with the Cornwaldo Bean archivist tonight. Apparently, early on with the Cornwaldo Bean clan, the Turkey Festival, Thanksgiving time, they did not use knives for it, it was sort of a rite of passage for the young Cornwaldo beans to bite through the neck of the turkey for the feast. So there's an image for you. Fine business tonight, Nick. This is KD8 SLG, back to net control.
All right, thank you, Nick. Got you on there for Delta and Delta. Let's get on and talk to KWE. Mike, how you doing, sir? And what do you have to Beacon Net tonight?
Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Whiskey Echo. Well, hello there, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. Trivia. You know, on the primary one, I think it'd be something on the East Coast. But I'm going to go with C, just simply because, hey, I'm going to follow the herd. And the alternate, I'm going to go with probably D. You know, it sounds like something that the Cornwaldo Bean clan would probably have and use as a toy. Guillotine could come in handy. You never know. Oh, I haven't been up to a whole lot today. My wife and I went to church. We had a meal afterwards. Came home, did a few odds and ends around here. And then we took our dog over to a park, and we walked the park, and the dog got exhausted and kind of knocked her out, and here I am. So everybody, stay safe, stay healthy, and have a great night. This is Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Whiskey Echo, back to K8QKO.
All right, thank you. Got you on there for Charlie and Delta. Glad you again. And let's next talk to KI5DAY. Alan, get his comment for that. Alan, take it away.
KI5DAY, as I desperately scroll through the screen here to find the regular trivia question. Anyways, I do remember that it said, oh man, why can't I find it? Where is it? I'm going through the same thing that somebody else was going through earlier. Here it is. As far as the main trivia, I'm going to answer my answer in honor of Uncle Fred. He said that Fletcher's Ice Cap sounds like a shaved ice company. I thought that was pretty cool. So, yeah, in honor of Uncle Fred, I'm going to pick C for the U.S. Navy station at Fletcher's Ice Cap and Sorbet Shaving Machine. KI5DAY, back to net.
All right, thank you, Alan. Thank you for alternate trivia, as always. You do a fine job. Okay, we've gone through our check-ins. We've gone through our net control team. Let's do another round of check-ins before we get the answer for the trivia. So anyone out there who has not checked into the Beacon Net that would like to check into the Beacon Net, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location.
Kilo Delta 6, Delta India Quebec, KD6, DIQ, Todd, Yucca Valley, California.
Kilo Delta 9, Zulu Golf Zulu, Kilo Delta 9, ZGZ.
All right, I'm going to take it there. I have Delta 6, Delta India Quebec Todd. Had what I believe is Kilo Delta 5, Zulu Golf Zulu. Can you come back and confirm that? Or, looks like my NetLogger has a 9. Sorry, must have misheard that. But I heard 5 and 9, so we got you in there. Joel, is there something like to check in the Beacon Net? Please say your call sign now. All right, nothing heard there. Let's go down and talk to KD6 DIQ. Todd, how you doing, sir? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Hey, I'm hanging in there, and I don't know anything about the trivia questions because I just got in here and heard you guys ask for check-ins. I just wanted to check in and wish everybody within the sound of my voice a a good weekend, a good rest of the weekend, what's left of it, and a great week. Yeah, I'm listening to you guys on my Allstar Node here. That's all of Yucca Valley is capable of hearing you guys because I've got it on an outside antenna. So you guys, I've had it on Dewdrop In all day long, and it hasn't. All the different nets are pretty cool to listen to. Anyway, I appreciate you and I thank you for running the net. KD6DIQ Todd here in Yucca Valley, California.
All right. Thank you very much there. Appreciate you checking in. Would you like us to reread the questions so you can answer them?
Just go ahead and give me the trend. The answer could be the trend. I'll go with the average answer today.
All right. Thank you, sir. We'll do that. And you have a great night. Next, let's go down and talk to KD9ZGZ. Joel, how you doing, sir? And what do you have to peek at that tonight?
I'm also going to say the same thing as Todd. I caught it at the end, but I caught the rest of the letters that y'all were talking about. So I'm going to pick C on that one. So I, like he said, he caught you at the end, and I also caught you at the end, but I caught the answer to the question, so I'm going to pick C on that. So back to you and that.
All right, thank you, sir. Thank you also for checking in. And both you gentlemen are aware, this is the Beacon Net, and we do meet every Sunday and Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, which is 7 p.m. In California and 9 p.m. in Wisconsin. So come back anytime. We also have a pre-check that start at 9:30 Eastern Time on those days as well. So happy to have you back, answer some trivia. We have a good time on the net. We always really enjoy having new check-ins and people from around the country and the world checking in with us. So, yeah, it's great. All right. This time, we're going to go up and get the answers to our trivia questions. So we're going to go up and talk to Eric and get the answer for the primary question. So, Eric, take it away, sir. Actually, before you do it, I'm going to identify this is KE8QKO, and that's WWKY repeater, where we're going to get the answers for our trivia questions. So, Eric, take it away.
W8WKY.
KE8QKO in the group. This is KE8VZA with the main trivia question and correct answer. So the question was, what station was call sign Kilo Golf 1 Foxtrot November? And the correct answer is Charlie, the U.S. Navy station at Fletcher's Ice Cap. So a little bit of the backstory here. KG1FN call sign was issued reflecting a Greenland origin and seemed appropriate for the frozen north, though the author notes that was later modified to mean frozen nose. I got this from an article. Fletcher's Ice Island, or T3, was discovered by U.S. Air Force Colonel Joseph Fletcher. It was produced by the northern coast of Ellesmere Island and was a 150-foot thick slab of ice, roughly 5 by 10 miles in size, floating in the Arctic Ocean. So according to the article, it also had served as a scientific station and a home for as many as 24 scientists and military personnel over the years. So apparently somebody on there had a call sign, or the station itself had a call sign. The article was pretty light on that info, but the call sign did exist. Anyway, this is KE8VZA, back to net control.
All right, Eric, thank you. Fine. The trivia question there tonight. All right, let's go up and talk to Alan, KF5DNY, and get the answer for our alternate question. Alan, take it away.
KI5DAY in the net. Why not to get another successful beacon net? It's a lot of fun. I enjoy this net more than all of them. And once in a while I even pipe in the blue screen hi. But tonight's alternate question. Wow, what a bunch of lemmings, man. We had like 14 people picked A. That's interesting. You know, the sorbet shaved ice. But anyway, I'll reread the question and I'll give you the answer and the reason why you're either wrong or right. All right, here we go. Tonight's alternate question was, which one of these events or people share something in common with the guillotine execution? Was it A, the invention of the very popular French sorbet shaved ice, which most people picked? B, the release of the first Star Wars movie? C, the murder of the Tate family by the followers of Charles Manson? Or D, the Cornwaldo annual family turkey slaughter? Well, although the answer has something to do with France, the correct answer is not the invention of the very popular French sorbet shaved ice. But I suppose it'd be kind of cool to have a shaved ice shop that has a mini guillotine to shave the ice, but it's not that for the answer. So I'll let this drop one more time and I will read you the correct answer and the story behind it. All right, so the correct answer was actually, what does the guillotine have in common, or what does this have in common with the guillotine execution? It's the release of the first Star Wars movie. And what it has to do with the guillotine execution is, in 1977, two things happened. France, the country, decided they would do their last guillotine execution that year, which they did in 1977. And also, the year 1977 is when the first Star Wars movie was released. So there you go, some awesome alternate trivia for you. KI5DAY all day long.
All right, thank you all for another fine question. This is good. This is good business. But yeah, thank you, gentlemen, for doing the trivia. All right, this is KEQKO with the WWKY repeater. We have our check-ins. Well, we've gone through all the list of check-ins for the Beacon Net. We talked with that control team, and we got the trivia answers read. So we have our opportunity for one more, and one more only round of check-ins before we start shutting this thing down. So if you're out there and you've not checked in, you've been listening, and you've been loving it, and you want to be part of this amazing net, please say your call sign now, phonetically, followed by alphabetically, all your name and location.
Kilo Charlie 9.
Recheck, Nicholas, KSFQB.
This is Mike in Indianapolis.
All right, I'm going to take it there. I got your recheck mark. And then I also had a Kilo Charlie 9 station. You got doubled on there. Can you come back with your call again, please?
This is Kilo Charlie 9, Lima Romeo Bravo, KC9, LRB. This is Mike in Indianapolis.
All right, okay. LRB Mike, go ahead with your comments for the net, sir.
Well, I knew the trivia answer about the guillotine had to do with the Star Wars release. We just had May the 4th. I also did a report in school about the guillotine way back in the day, and it was after 1977 because I wasn't even born in 1977, but I knew the answer. I didn't know the answer to the first one. But a very beautiful day here in Indianapolis. As an Orthodox Christian, we celebrated Easter today. Took the opportunity to spend the day outside and finally got the motorcycle out. It's been wonderful hearing everyone tonight, and I'm glad to be on the Beacon Net. So I'll send it back to Net Control 73 to all of you.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thanks for checking in with us there. It's good to hear you. Yeah, we meet every Sunday and Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time here, so come back anytime. Happy to have you. and glad you had a good Easter weekend. All right, next to our reach out from KC and FQB. Mark, go ahead.
Yeah, KSFQ, I want to just say, you're safe now to go out. They caught that gunman down in Uniontown. So, they didn't say how they caught him. They just said they got him. So it's safe to go out now down there again. So, KSFQV.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it. Was that somebody talking in the background, or is that like a television or a radio? Because I mentioned it earlier, and this has happened a lot, and we've asked you multiple times to turn that off. But there's always some sort of QRM in the background, or almost always some sort of QRM in the background of your transmissions. Can you confirm that? All right, nothing heard from Mark there. All right, so I guess we'll start wrapping this thing up. KE8QKO, and on behalf of the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association, myself, K8BZA, KD8SLG, KD8APC, and KF5DAY, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for checking in with us this evening. Come and join us on the next edition of the Beacon Net, Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time on the WWKY repeater, Allstar Node 4496, and Echolink WWKY-R. You are welcome to join us on the Barometer Net, also on the WWKY repeater, every morning at 7 a.m. Eastern Time, except for Sunday. Don't forget to check out our friends on the Boredom Breaker Net, every day at noon Central Time on Allstar Node 484. I'm sorry, wrong Allstar Node. Allstar Node 49562 and Echolink N5XQK-R. You've been listening to the Beacon Net. This is K8QKO, return the repeater to normal and customary amateur radio use this time. 73 all.
W8WKY.
This is AKF5AD looking for AI5Q. Jairus, you still on the frequency? Have you already gone away? KF5AD. This is KF5ADE. We're going to try one more time. AI5Q. AI5Q. I may have said something backwards from what Sandy was listening to me. So, at any rate, this is KF5AD. All right, with that, no return on that, so I'm going to assume he's probably got his hands full with taking care of kids and getting them headed to, they've probably already been in bed for a while. But nonetheless, he's a family man, so he's got his hands full. This is KF580E. We'll be calling 7-3, y'all, and good night.
KI5Q monitoring.
KI5Q, KF5ADE. Good evening, Jairus. I was going to talk to you a little bit.
Hey, Nick, go right ahead. I'm hooked directly to the hub, so I won't get dropped in 3 minutes off Shannon's. His drops at 10:30, but I went ahead and hooked directly to the hub in case anybody was out there wanting a QSO. So have at it.
Cool beans. I'm going to try to be a little bit more mindful and do a little bit of slower calling, slower kicking, so it's keying. So if somebody does come in there and would like to jump in, and they've got enough time to do it. But yeah, once again, I do thank you so much for getting me in the straightened out on the GRMS radio, and like I said, the tone was probably the issue, and sure enough was. Nowhere until you get to doing GRMS Texas do you find information out, and I was wound up talking to a couple of the fellas Saturday. I think that was correct, Saturday evening, and they were the ones that told me that I needed to get to 100 to 100.
Yes, it's 100.
Yeah, I was talking to him on the 2 meter. That's what it was. Saturday morning. That's when it was, because we talked Friday night. So Saturday morning, I went ahead and got on the on 2 meter and was talking to one of the guys and got hooked up with a couple of the other fellas and found out what I needed to get done. And then after I got that checked out, and the radio works like a super champ. I mean, sitting right here, it's like completely clear as a bell. I can't get that from any of my other radios for 2 meters whatsoever to the repeaters out of New Braunfels or Seguin. So that was very good. So, Darryl, I'd like to talk to you about the node thing, though. Back to you.
W8WKY.
AI5Q leaving a pause for the cause, in case anybody wants to jump in. Yeah, I'm glad you got the tone figured out, and PL tone of 100 will definitely make a big difference versus a tone of 141.3 or 103. Whatever. So glad you got that sorted out, and your HC is now working and able to get you. Explain to you over the air. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just your node dropped you off anyway. So, but that I got the middle part of it and then the end of it. So yeah, like Sandy was asking me, and I told her I have no knowledge about these node things. Is there some good reference that you could suggest I take a look at? Because I've looked at some of this stuff, and it's just as confusing as the night is dark for me. I don't know why. Maybe I'm just not quite as tech savvy as I thought I used to be, or whatever. And Sandy has a comment, it looks like. Back to you.
All right, well, sorry my node dropped out. I have a 8-second dead spot in my node, and I have yet to rebuild it and try and get rid of it and reprogram it, because I've got people stacked up in front of me that I need to get to first. And you know how a painter's house always looks like crud, and a mechanic's wife's car is always broke down? Kind of the same thing. I help a lot of people out with Allstar, so I don't want to mess with my own in my free time. So I'm terrible about it. But there are some good references out there. The thing that helped me the most was getting involved with one of the Shari groups, and it explained a lot on how to set up and program a node and do everything for a Allstar node for ham bands. Now, doing an Allstar node for GMRS bands is going to be very similar, but there are two key differences. One is the radio interface will not be the same, and it requires different programming. And then there's also the source software that you download will be a derivative of ham VoIP for GMRS as opposed to ham VoIP for ham bands, or Allstar for ham bands. So there's Allstar in its pure form. There's ham VoIP, which is controversial at best, but it works very well. And then there's ham VoIP, basically offshoot for GMRS that works very well. So that's the only way to get on GMRS Live is with the ham VoIP derivative there.
Okay, super. I wasn't, like I said, now you said Sari or Sherry, I'm not sure. I started typing something into the what I thought was maybe a good guess, but it came up with some female's name. So if you could kind of expound on that one a little bit. Back to you.
All right, Nick, so Google kits for hams. Kilo, India, Tango, Sierra, the number 4. Hotel, Alpha, Mike, Sierra. Kits for hams. And then there is a SHARI, which stands for, it's Sierra, Hotel, Alpha, Romeo, India. SA818 ham radio, or ham Allstar radio interface. SHARI is an acronym. Do not buy it off of Amazon. Do not buy it off of anything but the Kits for Hams website if you want it to work. And that's just for ham bands. But if they will let you join the group because you're interested in getting one as opposed to have bought one, their tutorials for setting up the software are very, very good and will help you along your journey. That, and if you download a program called TeamViewer and allow me access to your computer, I can remote in and do everything I need to your computer from my base station here, AI 5Q.
Okay. I've gotten to the site. Sari Pi XX is one of the things that showed up, so I'm going to go ahead and get this copied and pasted into the somewhere onto a notepad of some sort, so I've got it. And that way I've got the link sitting here. When Sandy was looking at, we talked a little bit about it this afternoon. Sandy will probably hook me up with a Pi 5, and I'll use my Pi 4 that I currently have for the node, unless the Pi 5 would work with it. But I begin to think about that. I wouldn't expect the Pi 5 because that is a completely new processor that they have on that Pi, compared to the old 4 was the same ARM type architecture. I think if I've got this correct, on the 2, 3, and 4 had the ARM type processor. This new one, Pi 5, is completely different processor they've gone to. So it's I can understand why it wouldn't necessarily work with it. Back to you.
All right, Nick. So, yeah, you do not want to use a Pi 5 for anything ham radio related just yet. People have not written programs to support them. There may be a ham Pi image for the Pi 5 out there. There may be something by FrankenPi. I can't remember his call sign, but he's out of Arizona. Guy goes by FrankenPi. Does a lot of stuff with Raspberry Pis for ham radio. You want to stick to a 3B Plus or a 4. And I cannot swear to you that a 4 will work with the RSync radio module, but I can try it out and let you know. At some point, I can swap SD cards and see if it will initialize and program the radio and work. I know a 3B Plus works for that radio, and it's more than enough computer by a long shot. The Pi 4 is overkill, and they just tend to run hotter. So the 3B Plus is kind of the sweet spot on plenty of capacity, runs nice and cool, and lots of stuff has been written for it. So my recommendation would be a 3B Plus, but I can certainly try out a Pi 4B and let you know if it works with the RSync radio interface.
Okay, the RSync interface, it interfaces via the USB A side, correct?
That is correct. The USB, it's got a USB A cord to USB C cord, and that's what interfaces to the radio module. And if you flip the USB C cord 180 degrees, one way will program the module, and the other way will allow it to talk and transmit to you and transmit your signal to the node network, as it were.
Okay, well, then we could probably do that as well. I have a 3 Plus, or 3B Plus, however it's called, and it has a display, a touch panel. We've got a, 7-inch, that was my first Pi that I owned, was that one. And I went ahead and purchased a display screen so I could have it sitting there, basically act as a full-fledged computer, using the SD card as a hard drive, basically. And that's what I've used in the past with it. So I could use my 3 Plus that I do have. So it's not like we'd be buying all new equipment or something else. It would just be whether we find out if the headless 4 would work and does okay, or we need to step to the 3. And like I said, we're not looking at doing this coming up week or anything. So I'm sure I'm sure she will do it on her time frame as she sees the finances are fit to do so. So I just kind of am a kid that sits patiently waiting when the money is available, and she basically takes care of that stuff for us. So I've always been that way, and she's always done a good job with keeping us out of trouble. So there you go. That's the way I've got it. Go ahead.
QSL on keeping your finances out of trouble and letting the wife take care of them. I do the same on my side of life, and I let her handle the books, and I handle making the money. She handles doling it out as she sees fit. And I don't question how much she spends on groceries or clothes or whatever for the kids, because she's fiscally responsible and does doesn't need to be babysat, so we don't have to worry about it. But something you can do in the meantime is actually download the GMRS Live image and put it on your Pi 3B Plus and start working through the menus and getting familiar with the USB Simple Tune menu, the Bash Shell interface, all that kind of stuff that comes with a Allstar Node that you will need to know in order to program stuff, and having the screen on it will be handy as long as it doesn't need drivers and it's run off the HDMI cable and not the GPIO. It will show you the main access menu, and will give you access to the Wi-Fi in order to get it set up on Wi-Fi and stuff like that. So there's lots of advantages to actually playing around with the software and just getting familiar with it before you even have a radio interface. I'd recommend you start doing that if you've got the time.
I think I can manage that. Sounds like a good plan there. I can easily do that. Something else to kind of dabble in a little bit. I'm always good up for a new rabbit chase and squirrel hunt. So you say download the GRMS Live image, and that's also probably on this Kits for Hams, or do I need to go some other place to do that? Back to you. KF580 for ID.
Yeah, so Kits for Hams is specifically for ham radio. They don't do anything GMRS, and sometimes they get a little bit pissy about people asking about things that are not related to ham radio. So just, if they will let you into a Shari group to see the instructions, because they put them behind a groups.io message board, because they were getting a lot of people selling knockoff stuff in China and pointing them to their group's information, and it wasn't working. And so if you can't get that to work, let me know. Get a hold of me, email me, whatever. I will send you an actual hard copy or digital copy of the interface page to set up an Allstar Node, and the same steps that work on that Allstar Node for a Shari will work on GMRS Live, and you'll just have to Google GMRS Live and find the download file there. I can't remember if it's gmrslive.org or whatever, but Google GMRS Live and see what you come up with.
All right, super, and that's what we'll do. And yeah, I understand the not sure how to call it politically correctly, but the tit for tat that can go on between groups of hams, non-hams, you know, it's kind of like the old CV days. Oh my goodness, I can tell you a joke that my professor in Votech school told me that I can still remember to this day. I probably muff up the punchline somewhere, but it's a simple enough storyline type joke that it would work. From hams and CBers back in the 70s when we were in high school and stuff. The Sandy's asking the fact that, and I was wondering about it too. The Aries radio module, will it also work possibly for? You said not not GMRS. We know it's going to work for GMRS, but D-Star or Echolink on those nodes. I think we're talking about
D star, and if it worked with that, but that's what I thought it said. No, not D star. Hang on, let me let this thing drop for a second. All right, I hope you're not doubling with me. Sandy was asking if you have to have, if you can use GRMS and the D star, 2 meter.
Not D-Star. I don't care about D-Star.
Right, but it's still one of those options. At any rate, the node.
It's an Allstar node.
Allstar, that's what I was looking for. The Allstar node, within the same programming, or do we have to change out the SD cards basically from one programming style to the other style, to the other operating type system, or the other OS that's programmed for that node? Let me put it that way. I hope that's halfway clear. Back to you.
AI5Q to KF5ADE. So you will have to change out SD cards between allstarlink.org and GMRS Live. They run different servers. They run different bands. They run different permissions. They run different default identification timers. It's 15 minutes on GMRS. It's 10 minutes on Allstar, and your Allstar ID that it pumps out is going to be probably in Morse code, but possibly in voice, KF5ADE, and when you get to GMRS, it will be WRYG 481 or whatever yours is. That's mine. And it has to have that different programming and that different set of servers so that there's not crosstalk between GMRS and ham, because ham people are not always licensed to be on GMRS, and GMRS people are not always licensed to be on ham. So you have to have a separate SD card. Now, the radio module, if you reprogram it every time you switch between the two, which should not be that hard if you have a notepad file saved with how to program it, you can program a different simplex frequency that's in the ham bands for Allstar and in the GMRS bands for GMRS Live. Or you could theoretically talk on GMRS on the ham bands on Allstar, but you would technically have to identify with your GMRS call sign every 15 minutes and your ham call sign every 10 minutes if you're broadcasting on GMRS frequencies while on a ham radio network like Allstar, so I wouldn't recommend that.
All right, KF580 with Alpha India 5 Quebec. Yeah, cool. And I kind of was Sandy asked me the question today, and I said, I don't think that would work because of this reason. That close cousin, you did a lot more in-depth explanation as to why you wouldn't be able to do that. But I thought about the fact that you have licensing privileges on one, licensing privileges on another, and if you don't have like privileges across the board, then you're being bust. You're in a bust type situation. So yeah, good enough. And probably be better if you just wound up with 2 radio nodes and eventually two pies. Then eventually would probably be the better thing, so you're not overburdening the equipment anyway. Then correct.
So it will be much simpler to have separate PIs and separate radio interfaces for GMRS and ham radio. But if you're on a budget, you can certainly have two SD cards and physically reprogram the radio when you want to switch between ham and GMRS. As long as you're not switching multiple times a day, it's not that big a deal. It's pretty easy. You can save the commands you need to execute, log into your node, copy paste, bada bing, bada boom, you're done. And leave it on there for 3 or 4 days, then come back with GMRS or whatever you want. But if you're switching multiple times a day, you really need to have a separate piece of dedicated hardware for GMRS and a separate dedicated piece of hardware, PI and radio interface for ham radio. That's just my opinion.
Okay, super. Well, then, to begin with, it probably wouldn't be a bad thing to play with one, play with the other. But we were looking at the fact, I went up and got curious after the guys talked to me about different, the Texas GMR, it's called texasgmr.net, and the sites that we have here in Texas and the open repeaters, they're linked, they're open, completely open for anybody to use as they go. I went ahead and just because, we go up to Ohio, now we're going over to Oklahoma, whenever we can. When we go back to Colorado, in Pueblo, Colorado, little tiny town of Pueblo, sits below Colorado Springs and above Walsenburg, and everything I looked at was closed, restricted, locked. It just was not a friendly place for open GMR type radio use. You have to belong to their club. You have to pay money to this or whatever else. And I thought, that sounds kind of silly. So if I was to show up there with my own node and put up a node and not necessarily a repeater, then I could go ahead and use my GMRS radios with my node and connect there, or if I wanted to share my radios, because I'm going to do with my family members with GMR radios, give them a little bit of a brief as to how to use the radios properly and what we expected of. I can share my radio equipment out to my family members, and we're all still quite perfectly legal to operate GMR on the in Colorado with no problem at all. Back to you.
QSL Nick, and yeah, you're right. If you teach your family how to use GMRS, then you can utilize whatever simplex, and most nodes are on simplex, not repeater frequencies. So if you're talking on simplex, it's radio to radio. If you happen to be tied into a network with your Allstar or GMRS node, then you would be talking on repeaters outside of Colorado for the most part, since they have a closed network system. You'd be talking on the Roadkill network or the Texas statewide or whatever. But you could actually just leave your GMRS repeater, which is all a node is it's a very low power 200 milliwatt repeater. You could leave it up and running and not connected to anything, just so that it could help dispel the time on the hours and let you know that you're getting into the repeater, which would let you know that you're probably making it to the other members of your family. But it is a low power repeater at best, and your handy-talkie to handy-talkie distance is going to be greater than your handy-talkie to base station repeater distance.
All right, all very good. Good things to know and learn, and I'm very much interested in getting started with doing this. And like you said, I'll do the software to begin with to get me a good familiarity before we do the radio, and we can load that up on the Pi 3 and have a good time of playing with that. So we'll definitely do that, and then we'll go ahead and see if we can find the GRMS live image for that, and hopefully find out. There's some great guys around here, close right here, in fact, in Cibolo, two of them that are very knowledgeable as to what they're doing with their node. So I can even reach out to them and talk to them as well. So I'm sure that they'd be willing to help out on the local side of it. Back to you.
Yeah, QSL. So GMRS Live image is at gmrslive.com. They've got a bunch of different things that you can download. The thing that you need to download for your SD card is the GMRS Live version 2.1.3.zip. It's the first download, and then they have WinSCP and PuTTY and SD card formatter and Windows 32 imager and DV switch and Zoiper, and you can actually use Zoiper to get on GMRS nodes without any other radio equipment if you wanted to test out the network. You don't need a radio in order to get on Zoiper. In order to test out the roadkill network or Texas statewide network or whatever else you want. See if there's traffic that you want to partake in before you spend the money on a radio interface for a node. So just check out that gmrslive.com and go over to the downloads button and look and see what they've got for you. AI 5Q.
Yeah.
Sorry, Nick, they hit the dead spot in my node, the Timex lady, and the dropping of the 09 machine from the W8WKY, so I wasn't able to flip over and listen on the RF side. Go ahead and say again.
W8WKY.